Good morning everyone. This is class 12th, subject chemistry, chapter 7 of NCERT book, P block elements, lecture number 9. In this lecture, I will be discussing the anomalous behavior of fluorine and chemical properties of group 17th elements. In the end of this lecture, I will be discussing the homework that I gave you in lecture number 8. So, in lecture number 8, we discussed the oxidation state of group 17th elements. Now, here we have some important trends in chemical reactivity, and the first trend is oxidizing power. The ready acceptance of an electron is the reason for the strong oxidizing nature of halogens, as halogens has electronic configuration ns2np5, so they readily accept one electron, and that is why they behave as strong oxidizing agent. Now this oxidizing power decreases from fluorine to iodine, and in group 17th F2 is the strongest oxidizing agent. Now this oxidizing power depends upon standard electrode potential, and when we calculate the values for standard electrode potential of group 17th element, then the value is highest for fluorine, and this standard electrode potential depends upon three factors: dissociation enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy, and hydration enthalpy. So when we include these three parameters, the value for fluorine comes out to be highest, that is plus 2.87, and higher will be the value of standard electrode potential, greater will be the oxidizing power, and that is why fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent. Or you can say that more will be the positive value, more will be the oxidizing power. So among halogens, F2 is the strongest oxidizing agent and I2 is the weakest oxidizing agent. Next is the relative oxidizing power of halogens can further be illustrated by their reactions with water. Now in case of fluorine, fluorine oxidizes water to oxygen, whereas in case of chlorine and bromine, when we treat these halogens with water, they will form hydrohalic and hypohalous acid. For example, here X is Cl, so Cl2 plus water, it is giving HCl plus HOCl. Next is, in case of iodine, the reaction with iodine is non-spontaneous, that is, when we treat iodine with water, reaction is not non-spontaneous. In fact, I- can be oxidized by oxygen in the presence of acidic medium, and this is just the reverse of reaction observed for fluorine. So F2 react with water, chlorine and bromine react with water to form hypohalous and hydrohalic acid, whereas iodine, it does not react with water, and I negative ions, they can be oxidized to iodine in presence of H plus and oxygen. So these are the reaction of halogen with water. Next is anomalous behavior of fluorine. Like other elements of P block present in the second period of the periodic table, fluorine is anomalous in many properties, and this is due to small size, high electronegativity, low fluorine-fluorine bond dissociation enthalpy. It shows anomalous behavior. Also, in fluorine there is no d orbital, that is, in fluorine absence of d orbital is there, because the electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p5, and it belongs to second period element, and for n is equal to 2, d is not possible. That is why in fluorine there is no d orbital, and because of absence of d orbital, it forms only one oxo acid. Also, hydrogen fluoride is liquid due to strong hydrogen bonding, whereas other hydrogen halides are gases. Now when halogens react with hydrogen, they form hydrogen halides, and in hydrogen halides only HF is liquid, other hydrogen halides are gases. And the reason is due to small size and high electronegativity of fluorine, it forms hydrogen bond, and this hydrogen bonding is responsible for the liquid state of hydrogen fluoride. Now, first is reactivity towards hydrogen. So when halogens react with hydrogen, they form hydrogen halides. And this is HF, HCl, HBr, Hi. Now, if we compare the acidic strength of these halides, so HF is least acidic and Hi is most acidic. This can be explained on the basis of bond strength between hydrogen and halogen. If we compare the bond strength between HF and Hi, so due to small size and high electronegativity, the bond between HF is strong, and therefore it is difficult to break the bond between hydrogen and fluoride, and that is why this proton cannot be released easily. Whereas in case of hydrogen iodide, due to large difference in the size of hydrogen and iodine, this bond becomes weaker and this proton can be easily released. That is why hydrogen iodide is most acidic, whereas HF is least acidic. Next is stability order. Now again, the stability order can be explained on the basis of hydrogen and halogen bond strength. Now here, due to small size and high in electronegativity of fluorine, this HF bond is stronger, and when we move from fluorine to iodine, this bond strength becomes weaker, and that is why hydrogen iodide is least stable, whereas hydrogen fluoride is most stable. So this is the acidic strength. HF is least acidic, Hi is most acidic. But in stability order, HF is most stable and Hi is least stable. Next we have reactivity towards oxygen. So halogen forms many oxides with oxygen, but most of them are unstable. For fluorine, we have two oxides, OF2 and O2F2. OF2 is thermally stable at 298 Kelvin, and these two oxides of fluorine are strongly fluorinating agent. That is, this O2F2, it oxidizes plutonium to PuF6, and the reaction is used in removing plutonium as PuF6 from spent nuclear fuel. That is, this O2F2, it is used in removing the plutonium in the form of PuF6 from nuclear fuel. Next we have oxides of chlorine. So chlorine forms Cl2O, ClO2, Cl2O6, Cl2O7. These are the oxides of chlorine. Out of these oxides, ClO2 is used as a bleaching agent, and it is used to bleach paper pulp, textiles, and also used in water treatment. So these are the oxides of chlorine, and ClO2 is used as a bleaching agent. Next we have oxides of bromine. So here are the oxides of bromine, Br2O, BrO2 and BrO3. Now these oxides, they will exist only at low temperature, and they are powerful oxidizing agent. Next is oxides of iodine. So we have I2O4, I2O5, I2O7. These are insoluble solids and decompose on heating. Whereas among these oxides of iodine, I2O5 is a good oxidizing agent, and it is used in the estimation of carbon monoxide. So these are the oxides of group 17th elements. Next is reactivity towards metal. So third is reactivity towards metal. So when halogen reacts with metal, metal halides will form. And in case of monovalent metal, these are the metal halides, MF, MCl, MBr, Mi. Now if we compare the ionic character in these halides, so the order is MF has highest ionic character and Mi has least ionic character. For example, if the monovalent metal is sodium, here M is monovalent metal, and if we are taking the example of sodium, so it is NaF, NaCl, NaBr, Nai. Now if we compare the ionic character, then in sodium fluoride the ionic character is maximum, and in sodium iodide the ionic character is minimum. This can be explained on the basis of Fajan's rules, as cation is same in all the halides, but here anion differs. That is, here we have fluoride ion, here we have chloride, bromide and iodide ion. Now according to Fazan's rule, larger is the size of an ion, greater will be the polarizing power of that anion, and hence more will be the covalent character. So that is why in case of sodium iodide, covalent character is maximum and the ionic character is minimum. Whereas in case of sodium fluoride, F negative has smallest size among these halide ions, and that is why in case of sodium fluoride the ionic character is maximum. Next is, now second is, here we have metal halides in which the oxidation number is higher, that is +4 and +5, and here we have again metal halides of the same metal, but here the oxidation number is less, that is in these cases the oxidation number is +2, 14 and lead, and for antimony it is +3, whereas in these compounds the oxidation number of tin is +4. So the halides in higher oxidation state has more covalent character. So this trend, that is these halides has more covalent character if we compare with these halides. Again, the reason is explained on the basis of Fazan's rules. Greater is the charge on cation, greater will be the polarizing power, and hence more will be the covalent character. So here the charge on the metal is +4, +5, and these charges are higher as compared to +2 and +3. That is why these metal halides has more covalent character as compared to these metal halides. Now fourth is reactivity towards halogens. Now here four types of compounds are formed: XX-, XX3-, XX5-, XX7-. Now fourth is XX-7, where X is large size halogen and X- is small size halogen. Now the first example is ClF, where chlorine is large size halogen and fluorine is small size halogen, that is X-. Next we have ClF3, that is of XX3 type. Next is we have ClF5, and the last is IF7, in which iodine is large size halogen and fluorine is small size halogen, that is X-. Now these are the chemical trends. After doing this, you can solve NCERT exercise question number 23, 28, 31, 36. So these are the homework question for today's class. Now I will be discussing the homework that I gave you in lecture number 8. First question is, considering the parameters such as bond dissociation enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy and hydration enthalpy, compare the oxidizing power of F2 and Cl2. And the answer of this question is, oxidizing power depends upon electrode potential, and electrode potential depends upon three factors: dissociation enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy and hydration enthalpy. So these are the values for fluorine and chlorine. When we include these parameters, so the standard electrode potential for fluorine comes out to be +2.87, which is much higher than the standard electrode potential for chlorine, that is 1.36 volt, and that is why F2 is a stronger oxidizing agent than Cl2. Next question is, give two examples to show the anomalous behavior of fluorine. And the answer is, due to small size, high electronegativity and absence of d orbital in fluorine, it forms only one oxoacid. Due to the absence of d orbital, it forms only one oxoacid, and due to small size and high electronegativity, HF is liquid due to strong hydrogen bonding, whereas other hydrogen halides of group 17 are gases. So these are the two examples which shows anomalous behavior of fluorine. Next question is, C is the greatest source of halogen, comment. So this we have already discussed during the introduction of group 17th elements in occurrence of the group 17th elements. Next question is, explain why fluorine forms only one oxoacid, HOF. The answer for this question is, due to the absence of d orbital in fluorine, it forms only one oxoacid. That is, fluorine cannot expand its octet, and that is why it forms only one oxoacid. Next question is, explain why in spite of nearly the same electronegativity, nitrogen forms hydrogen bonding and chlorine does not. The answer for this question can be explained on the basis of size. Nitrogen and chlorine both has same electronegativity, but nitrogen belongs to second period whereas chlorine belongs to third period. Or you can say that nitrogen is smaller in size as compared to chlorine, and that is why nitrogen forms hydrogen bonding whereas chlorine does not. Next question is, why are halogens colored? And this we had already explained in the physical properties of group 17th elements. So these are the questions I gave you in lecture number 8. Thank you. Have a nice day.